Jerry Taft, Realtor and Personal Real Estate Corporation with Mountain Town Properties, and let's talk about some real estate statistics with some numbers up until the end of October 2025. And so looking at the numbers, sometimes you can sort of twist the headlines a little bit when it comes to real estate. So, on one hand, I could say that sales are down 10.81%, or I could also say that there were a total of 33 sales in the Columbia Valley this October compared to 37 for the same period last year. And of course, one sounds a lot more exciting and dramatic, and the other one sounds pretty boring, actually. And that's kind of how you can play around with the numbers, depending on what narrative or what story you want to tell. But factually, both of them are true. And what we're kind of seeing is that there's been slight ups and downs through the whole year. But the general trend, when we look at the year-to-date numbers, is that so far we're tracking at 455 sales for 2025. Which compared to the 409 sales to the end of October for 2024 means that for the year to date, we're actually up 11.25%. So even though we've had some of these ups and downs month to month, the trend so far this year is sales are actually up. But what is not up is active inventory. So right now, the active inventory is only 326 listings, and this includes building lots, this includes a few new builds. So the number might still seem a bit high, but we're talking from Canal Flats to Spillimacheen to Panorama, and in total, that is not a ton of listings. And I had predicted before that we might see days on market start to decrease, with perhaps some new listings selling more quickly. But so far this hasn't proven to be true. I think we're still seeing some situations with older listings selling, which is kind of driving down the average a little bit. So we're looking right now at 103 days for the average house or property to sell, which is up slightly from last year. The average was at 101. And so far year to date, we're basically the same. We're at 102 days on market. So this seems to be a consistent stat at this point. Another really consistent stat is the list price to sell price ratio. So we're at 94.28%, and that has been consistent almost for the entire year to date, as well as for this month, for October. As far as my gut feel and experience in the market, first half of September, second half of September into October felt quite quiet. And but in the last week or so, kind of near the end of October, things started to pick up a little bit. It was a little busier than I expected for the time of year. So it's going to be really interesting to see what November brings. Typically, December is a very quiet month when you get around Christmas. Typically, there's not a lot going on, but it will be really interesting. Given the lack of inventory and kind of the market right now, I see for the rest of the year, to the end of the year, pretty much flat, sort of stable pricing. I don't think we're going to see some real bargains or discounts, and I also don't think we're going to see people trying to push the price any higher. But what's going to happen in the spring is another question. It just is yet to be seen what the market is going to be like in the spring. Perhaps the recent interest rate decrease and maybe some future decreases may increase the demand, but we may also see a bunch of new listings, people that are waiting until the spring to list. So it is going to be fascinating to see what happens with the market going forward. If you're thinking to buy or to sell, if you want to talk about the local market, you want a little more insight, I'm happy to discuss things further, and don't hesitate to reach out. Thank you very much.